Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nikita Antoine and today I'll be doing a message for the sign of Gemini. As always, all of the readings are timeless, so when the message finds you and resonates, then it's yours at the time in which you find it. Gemini, I have done your reading today with the Ethereal Visions Tarot and the Dreamscape Oracle. So you'll be seeing a blend of both of those in your spread today. Gemini, there is a desire for spontaneity in your reading. Desire for spontaneity. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we have the moon. And this is coming up as that desire. So with it being the underlining energy, it's the cause. It is the cause for the what it's talking about is that it's like something mysterious, unknown, uncertainty is the cause for this desire for spontaneity, a desire for a spontaneous movement. And it's like that energy is dwelling within you, because I'm seeing the figure in the moon as, well, she's daydreaming. So she's dreaming of the possibilities that could happen if this spontaneous movement was to occur. Okay. All right, so let's see what the, okay. So we have the sea turtle on the split. So the sea turtle talks about divine feminine energy because it has 13 segments on its back. Okay, seems like we're going along the lines of like a lunar calendar. A lunar calendar is wanting to come up into view. And I say that because, of course, we have the moon here, and with the 13 segments, the solar calendar goes by 12 months. Well, the lunar calendar, there are 13. I'm not exactly sure about that. If I'm not mistaken, there's 13 cycles that the moon goes through in a yearly process. And so that signifies the divine feminine in the lunar calendar. Okay. Now, so you're dreaming of possibilities, and since this energy here, the sea turtle energy, is the segue or the bridge into the ultimate effect of what the underlying cause is, it's like this energy here, the potential of the spontaneous movement is coming in to greet you. So I often see the sea turtle as an energy that carries you on its back, carries you to another land. So it's over the water. So it carries you from one, I guess, continent, if you will, to another continent. Not quite sure what that had to do with the lunar calendar, but maybe it'll come out in a moment. So let's get the overall energy for Gemini. Overall, So the overall energy is judgment. It's interesting because this looks like the spontaneous movement. Can you see that? There we go. Maybe it's a little better. Okay, so this is looking like the spontaneous movement because I'm seeing these spirits leave their body and oh my God, look at that. They're going into I want to say that this energy up here at the top of the card is that divine feminine energy. And look, they're ghostly white too. Just like the figure in the moon. So this spontaneous movement of yours, while on the surface, it could look like you perhaps moving to a new location, especially with the sea turtle, because it presents itself as a landmass. What's really happening is you are, in a sense, leaving your body and joining the divine feminine, collective. I'm thinking of all of those. Each one of these, what do you call them? Segments on the back of the turtle. It's like all of them joining together because there's multiple. There's multiple. Which is now bringing me into the awareness that if you're feeling alone in this desire for spontaneous movement, there are others that are feeling the exact same thing. And see how they're stretching, they're stretching and trying to release that desire. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. You never really are, right? If it's spontaneous. Okay. All right. So it's just interesting because your reading seems to be very grounded because you are coming up here. We're actually starting in the center of the reading. So this is you're coming up here in the Ten of Pentacles as this figure here, this young and fresh energy. And I'm seeing you at the threshold of your own, well, it could be like your family's home, your family home. And you are on the threshold to be like moving out or something along those lines. There's a movement here that is happening where you are leaving the family home in search to satisfy this spontaneous desire for movement. Okay, so that's you. And, I'm seeing it's like if there's a father figure in the house, it seems like they're very supportive of this movement for you. Because in a sense, you've been mulling it over. You've been dreaming about this for a long time. So it seems like you've been sharing, right, with this masculine energy what your desires are. And so they've they're in full support of your journey. There's something here about how they can see themselves in you, and they know the potential growth that could happen from this. It's interesting because I was talking about how the sea turtle is the potential of this divine feminine energy coming in to meet you. So they know the potential of, essentially, they understand that what you desire is also desiring you. So it's like they know that when you go out, when you leave the family home, you're going to find what you desire, because in their experience, they have learned that what you desire is also desiring you. So basically, they're supporting you because they know that you're going to find what you're looking for, essentially. However, there's this energy here in the background. The Queen of Wands is in the background. Seems like she is sitting like further within the house. And this could be with this family dynamic, family home. This could be the maternal figure in the home. Doesn't necessarily have to be a mother. It can be like, actually the word that's coming up is like a big sister. So there's that energy that's sitting in the background of the home. And they're not saying much to you. They're not saying much to you. They don't have many words for you. I believe that they are supportive of your movement, of your spontaneous movement, but the lack of like their acknowledgement is what's keeping you guessing as to whether or not they do support you. Because it's like when you look to them for, like, I guess in a sense it's like when you look to them for their support or some type of validation for the trek that you're about to be going on, it's like you can see their energy split. Hang on, there's a big truck coming by. And my windows are open. Oh, it's an ambulance. Huh. So you're sensing that they are supportive, but there's something about them that is not supportive either. It's coming up for me as like when you first leave the home and your mother being very supportive about you leaving the home, but she also doesn't want you to leave because then that means that the dynamic between you and her it's going to change. And so you might not be sensing that change. But she is. She can feel it. She knows. And it's talking about a change in your... Okay, so you're coming here, presented here again as the magician energy. And I'm seeing this loop around, it's an Ouroboros, but it's a looping energy. So it's kind of like when she knows that when you come back, you are going to be a changed person. And this is highlighting the solar plexus. So your identity, how you feel about yourself, who you are, while all of this, it's like that's what you're going to discover on this spontaneous movement. And when you come back, you're going to be different. And that's what the Queen of Wands is sensing. She's sensing that it's like this is the last time that she's going to see you in this light. And then when you come back, you're going to be different. So I feel as though the reason why she's receding into the background is because it's almost like mourning. It's like a pre-grieving to who you were. This is all good though. That's the thing. It's all good. It is all supportive. But there is a sense of you're not going to be the same as you used to be. You're changing. So and the Queen of Wands can, she's very dynamic. So she can change as well and move into basically like matching your energy in a sense. She can do that too, but there's, it's almost like her little boy or her son, like you're her son or little boy. Okay. All right. So that's that. Now, let's just go back to you. You're sitting on that threshold and it's like you're saying your goodbyes to everyone, all in good, good vibes, right? It's good energy. And you are, saying you're saying your goodbyes. And as you turn to leave the family home, this is where there is a hesitation here. I was feeling this in the moon energy because when you're dreaming of a spontaneous movement, the reason because it's spontaneous, it's like I don't know, there's something counterintuitive about the dreaming of it. It takes away the spontaneity it takes away the spontaneity of the movement if you're like in this state of dreaming about it. It implies a hesitancy. And that's what I'm seeing here with the Seven of Pentacles. So you're finally turning away from the family home, and you're in the process of that spontaneous movement. It's almost like you're joining a collective or something. That's what it feels like here. It's like you're joining a collective. I don't know. It kind of looks like the word commune wants to come out. It's kind of like that, like a space that's that gathers people of, like mind. But it could easily also be something like a spiritual retreat, something like that as well. So, anyways, as you're turning away from the family home and starting this new spontaneous movement, there is a little bit of hesitancy in knowing if what you have invested in this, if you've invested correctly, essentially. So it's like, have you made the right decision in turning away from the family home, or should you go back and invest more into the family home? And the guidance here is that the home is already at the 10. So even if you were to stay there and put more energy into it, it's like it's already reached its maximum potential. And that is where that it's like, because it's already reached its maximum potential, that's why you're feeling the next movement coming. And you're also wondering if the investment that you've made towards this spontaneous movement is, well, is it going to pay off? Is it going to pay off in the way that you want it to? Because, we can have all of the right intentions, and sometimes things don't necessarily work out the way that we envision them. You've been envisioning a lot. So you have built up expectations of what this spontaneous movement is going to be. And that's why I'm sensing here, it's like you need to, with this backhoe, it's like you need to cut away the expectations. That's what's hindering the movement of the spontaneous action. Is the expectations, the kind of wondering what the possibilities could be, all of that. It's like, just go into it. Just go into it. And it seems like that's what's happening for you. You're just going into it with the Chariot energy, following the Seven of Pentacles. You have successfully turned this. That's so interesting. It's like there's something about this hesitancy that has come from the Queen of Wands. She's got the wand here, and you've got the wand here. Okay. So her silence, her lack of communication, has given you the tool to remove the expectations of what this spontaneous movement could look like for you. So in a sense, that's what I'm saying. It's like, even though it might not necessarily feel supportive, she knows. There's something that you don't know that she knows. She knows. And she knows that her action, whatever action she's taking, is going to lead you into the Seven of Pentacles. But she also knows that she's equipped you with the tools that are necessary for achieving that forward movement, although there's this like hedge in the way. It's like this hedge here, I don't know if it's a hedge. I don't know what kind of plant it is. It looks like a hedge to me. It's like so you've turned away from the home, right? And you're walking through the yard. And when you get to the hedge here, that's like the outer boundaries of the family. And then it's like you're having to cut a hole in that space, and then once you do so, you're off. And you've successfully transformed this backhoe into a wand. Do you see this? It's a wand now. And now it's like you're coming into this magician energy. There was a correlation here, and I can't remember. That's what that. It's like this is it. She knows when you come back, you will be transformed into this magician energy, which today has come up as the master of all aces, which is absolutely stunning. So if you're the master of all aces, then that means that you now have the potential to start anything anew, fresh. So you remember how we were saying that if you were to invest back into that family home? I'm questioning that because are we talking about if you were to invest into that family? Or is it the family home? You see the distinction there. If you were to invest back into the family home, it's like it's already at the 10. So now you understand that because now you are the master of all aces, you've got that first pentacle. And you've also got the wand and all the other tools that are required for you to create this movement towards the divine feminine. All right, Gemini, I'm going to go ahead and pull some more cards. I want to get a little bit more clarity on as to like where exactly you're moving. What are you spontaneously moving into? So if you are interested in that, the link for the extended is going to be pinned in the comments, and I'll see you there.